Hello lovelies and welcome or welcome back to the channel. My name is Katya and today we are going to be watching episode 4 of 100 Days My Prince. So, episode 3. Let's see what happened in episode 3. It's been a few weeks since I've watched it, but overall what mainly was going down was like the preparation and then the wedding between Yiso and Wonduk, aka the Crown Prince. That pretty much was taking up the entirety of the episode, was that whole like debacle of them kind of going back and forth, leading up to the marriage, getting prepared for it and this and that. Them kind of talking back and forth and discussing because, the Crown Prince, aka now Wonduk, is not all about this marriage. He has amnesia now, and it's very interesting from what I remember. So, like, for the Crown Prince, who is now becoming Wonduk, they have told him that is who he is. He is Wonduk. He's just lost his memory after fighting in the military somehow, and made his way back to the village. I'm not entirely sure how they would explain that to him, but somehow he appeared there and he just believes it. I have no idea if this Wonduk person, Wonduk is like an actual person out there, or not. It doesn't seem like it is. It seems like it was a person made up by Yiso's father, the man who raised her. My guess is the father made up this man. Maybe. I have no idea if he's a real person or not, but it seems like he just made him up, saying that he went to the military and that Yiso could use that as an excuse for why she wasn't getting married. But I thought this whole time it was like a thing they both made up together. Like both Yiso and her father, like both just constructed this imaginary man. But it didn't seem like that way at all. It just seems like Yiso just used him as an excuse, but believed he was actually a real person that her father told her about. And which is a little interesting. It was kind of confusing for a little bit when I was watching episode 3, because I was a little lost with that. I was like, because I thought she was like in the know of that, and then she wasn't, and it was really confusing. So it took me a little bit to sort that out through the episode, and then reviewing back over it when I was editing the episode. But yeah, Yiso truly believes Wonduk is an actual person. She believes the Crown Prince is actually Wonduk himself. He just literally forgot who he was and like everything about him, which is just so interesting. Which is just so crazy that's who she really thinks it is. It's just so funny. But obviously she's kind of scheming as well, because she told him that, they were together one night at the windmill, and she's using him to her advantage to persuade him more to get him to marry her, which obviously they did in episode 3. So everything worked out. And of course, he still has that like persona of being raised as a prince in his mind and everything, and kind of like his personality a little bit, so he isn't like fond of like the life that they're living. Everything is run down to him. It's all grummy and nothing's elegant or nice, and he's just not having it, which is just so funny. In between the episode, when they weren't talking about prepping for the wedding and the actual marriage in itself, it was going back and forth between the stuff that's going on with the palace and all the people in there. So it goes to like the king having his whole internal battle right now, basically, because he wants to go out look for his son, and the palace isn't letting him, obviously because he's the king, and obviously because the Crown Prince's father-in-law doesn't want him to investigate. He was like, I'll take care of it. He's like, I'll handle it, don't worry, you don't need to get involved. But obviously, the father-in-law and the Crown Princess are behind this whole scheme to begin with, so they're just like waiting for like this plan to like kind of finish out and to find the Crown Prince and make sure he's dead. And then getting off of them, the man who is the assassin, who now has been confirmed to be Yiso's brother. I was thinking it was going to go that route anyway, but still I was really hoping it wasn't going to be. And I'm getting the signals that he's also going to be the baby daddy of the Crown Princess's baby. And they were giving each other eyes, when she went to go visit her father at his place and he was there. They were just looking at each other, even though it wasn't like, a happy conversation. You could just tell with the eyes and the staring And I'm just like, another like little intertwining thing. So the end of the episode basically leaves off with Wonduk and aka the Crown Prince and Yiso going to find the military man that he served for. But obviously, I don't know how that's going to work out. They end up actually getting captured by some bandits that they made in the woods, and that's pretty much where it leaves off with them being kind of rolled up in this, like, I don't know if you want to call it like a rug or something, just stuck together. And that's pretty much where the episode leaves off. But let's just go ahead and get into the next episode because I need to see what's going to be going down. There's just so much lying and scheming going down that I just need to know what's going to be happening. So let's just go. Okay, so final thoughts. This episode still kind of was like the same as last time and really stuck with Yiso and Wonduk the most. And they were going through, like, you know, obviously the whole thing, you know, with him. Now he's got this new problem and collected all this debt because he wanted expensive things. And obviously they don't get the money to pay for all that stuff. So, you know, it was a good, like, build up for, I think, what'll come probably in the next few episodes with him trying to regain his memory, or maybe them just getting to know each other a little bit better. Because obviously he is internally has that mindset of the luxurious things in life, but obviously is not in the luxury right now and doesn't remember who he is. And he's kind of getting onto that idea that he doesn't think he's Wonduk because obviously he just does not connect to who this person is. And he's like, it just doesn't make sense. You know, like, all the things I like are nothing like, obviously, how these people live. But there was a lot of funny moments in this episode. You guys had mentioned that the episodes get funnier around this time, so, which is really great. I really like that it's so funny, that it's making me laugh so much. He's so funny, Dio's character. He's just comedy gold. Like, I love that he's so serious about everything, but but it's like not even like a serious matter. It's just like regular everyday things, but he takes it so seriously. And and that one part when they're having the soup when he goes to that one restaurant was so funny, when he's just winking at her to get his payment. And I think it was so funny because I literally just watched, what was it, it was like EXO Moments That Save 2023, and it had like this little segment in it where he can't wink. And it was funny that it was kind of like in here, him winking. But overall, you know, they're still like figuring things out, obviously, as a couple and everything. And it's just so crazy how many lies keep piling on in this relationship. Obviously, the dad trying to keep it under wraps that Wonduk is a real person, that the Crown Prince is Wonduk. Obviously, he doesn't know he's the Crown Prince. He just thinks he's some higher up dude. I'm assuming maybe higher up. I don't know if he really thinks that. I mean, he hid his clothing, which clearly was a more uniformed outfit and not just regular clothing. And obviously he schemed that whole plot in the beginning of the episode, you know, where those bandits, you know, caught them. Bandits, I don't know if they actually were bandits anymore. But bandits to wrap them up to make sure they don't go over the mountain to get to this village, you know, where the military man would live that they were looking for. You know, it's just so many schemes and plots. She's trying to lie as well, you know, trying to keep him kind of, it's like the same thing. She's trying to tell him, you know, that they had all these memories before they left, or that he left, you know, for the military, which obviously they don't have. It's funny because she thinks that he is Wonduk. She just, you know, is trying to lie to him, though, in the sense that they had a relationship, which is just funny. Because obviously they didn't have one and he's not Wonduk. And it's just so funny. She's being lied to about who he is, and she's lying to him about the relationship they had. And it's so cute, though, that she was, you know, kind of referring to the relationship, or, like, you know, the events that happened between her and the Crown Prince when they were kids. And, you know, kind of, like, trying to incorporate that in. And obviously it is him, even though she doesn't know that. It just is so sweet. I love I didn't even realize it when the tree was there initially, you know, that it was, you know, a cherry blossom tree. So, like, when it was later and I was like, oh my god, what if the petals start falling and then it could trigger some memories for them? Well, him, really, not even her, because it's not like she forgot. But I'm hoping, like, the memories won't take too long, honestly. I honestly really want him to remember quickly because I want him to just recognize her as who she is. I just want it so bad. And I'm thinking he can't be gone too long of time, right? In theory. He can't be gone for too long from the palace in general because then eventually, I don't know. I mean, I guess unless they find a body, they will just say, oh, we're gonna keep looking for him until, like, we know he's dead for sure. I don't know. I guess that's probably what the dad will keep wanting, but I don't know. He's got no backbone, so I feel like he'll give up on it. And they only showed the queen and her son very briefly in, like, the beginning. And, you know, they never went back to that again. So it was just kind of like to, I guess, I don't know, just show them again. Because I thought they were going to kind of go, like, you know, back to it after, you know, like, kind of like the queen, you know, talking, you know, and show off, like, obviously she's, I mean, she clearly didn't do anything to him during that process. That was the father-in-law who did that. Or, was it left state counselor or something like that? I don't know. They have too many things, but the queen obviously does not like the crown prince and obviously does use curses on him to give him bad luck so she can kind of get her way or whatever. And obviously she's what an amazing actress to convince the king. I mean, he's probably easily convincible anyway. You know, that she's like, I'm such a good person, I only want his good well-being. I really have no idea where that little brother stands. I mean, obviously I think he's just, you know, oblivious to everything right now. Like, I don't think he knows, maybe, I guess, how his mom is. I really don't know. Or what her intentions are. I really hope that kind of comes into play a little bit more. I'm, like, interested to see how that would develop. And then, obviously, we have, I'm blanking on his name, but, you know, that one, I guess he's an officer, who is the concubine's son. I'm blanking on his name. I need to get it down, because if not, I'm gonna get so confused just trying to call out their positions. But him, you know, we got to see a bit more of him in this episode, you know, kind of going around trying to investigate this case because it's really stuck on it. He's really stuck on it. And then of course he now knows kind of more of the situation with the crown prince, of how he's missing and this and that. So now he's trying to go out and try to solve that, and as well, hopefully, so he can return. And obviously Yusuf's brother, who's the assassin, is kind of trying to cover up their tracks and making sure that he doesn't find any evidence. And then the episode just leaves off after Wondok, aka Crown Prince, of course, you know, starts getting some memory flashbacks. Has like this like moment where he's like kind of reliving the moments of when they were getting attacked in the forest, and you know, it's overwhelming him to the point where he passes out. And you know, the episode ends where Yusuf and him are talking, and she almost kind of reveals a little bit that obviously this relationship was fake, and he's like, you know, has like this little sad face, and he's like, I want to remember, you know, and it makes sense, right? He's frustrated because he can't remember anything, and so he's like, how am I supposed to remember this relationship? But he does say he wants to remember like how he loved her, because she said that he was in love with her and this and that. So it'll be really cute to see. He passes out in her arms. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in the next episode. I want to watch it like right away. Oh, it's so good. It's so good so far. It's really, really good. I'm really enjoying the show. I wish I could just, you know, binge right through it, but I really can't sit down for that a long time to do that. But man, I cannot wait to finish this show. It's gonna be so good. I can't wait for things to really, you know, pick up with like the whole memories thing though. That is gonna be so much fun when they finally reconnect. But that is it for today, lovelies. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.